Hello everyone, thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. Friends, another DNA problem. What is happening these days with this issue of DNA being the biological parents and not being the biological parents? This is coming off and on. There's a Nigerian man who is Enifome, that's his name, has taken to his social media to express shock while claiming that DNA test has revealed that the girl he thought was his daughter is not his at all. What is happening? Is the fault coming from the women, or what is really going on? This young man, Enifome, is so disappointed. In a series of photos he shared on his Facebook page, said he reached out to a young lady who, according to him, he always slept with while in school to congratulate her on the birth of her child. He said it was when he reached out to congratulate her that she told him that the baby girl was his. He said when the matter got to his parents, they told him that the baby girl looked like him and he accepted the child and began to play the role of a father in this child's life. Enifome, that's the guy, began to have some doubts and decided to carry out a DNA test on the little girl. He said their samples were taken and sent over to the United States for examination. And the result returned just today. According to him, it showed that he is not the father of the little girl. How shocking can this be again? After a DNA confirmation from Western Hospital, Warri, to the United States of America, this child is not his child. They reside in Warri, Delta State. Also, he shared a video how disappointed he was to know that this same child that the lady pinned on him and said was his, unknown to him that all this time he's been taking care of the child that doesn't belong to him. Friends, there's a video I'll be leaving behind right after this conversation so you can also watch and hear directly. And he had this to say, this was his exact words. He said this: "I have always said it from day one that the possibility of this child being mine is very low, because when she was pregnant, I was not aware. She was pregnant 2 or 3 years later that she came saying she is your child. I was the one who even reached out to her to say, I heard you have given birth. She said it is your child. I was like, which daddy child? She said a pastor told her that the father would ask of her. I agree, when we're in school, we're together for some time. She was not dating only me. We were many. I was just a side nigger. She had a boyfriend. When she was pregnant, I was not aware. 2 years later, she came saying she was my child. She took the baby to my dad and my dad accepted, saying the child looks like me. And he threatened to get the mother of the child arrested." Right now, these are the words coming from Enifome, the young man in question. But today he has threatened to get the mother of the child arrested. He also shared the copy of the DNA results online. That's the DNA result you are seeing there. Wow, but this is really painful. And you can imagine how she pinned the child on him. And all for him to come and discover in the end that the child he's been taking care of doesn't belong to him. It's another painful thing that happens, especially the situations of the man. These days you find out that the women are falling victim of this. The other day it was another guy who just discovered that the child he's been taking care of for the past 4 years, they did a DNA test. The wife got that child from another man while they were still together. Although for the guy, his own case is that he's not based in the country. So he felt the wife must have used the opportunity of his absence to start having an affair with another man. And that guy did not take that news as a joke. In fact, he even died instantly. These days, this DNA is causing more problem in families. Another family again who just realized that the child they've been taking care of for 12 years doesn't belong to them. It was a mistake from the clinic in that situation where they swapped the specimen that was provided for an IVF with another family's specimen, which eventually the wife took and then had this baby boy they've been taking care of for the past 12 years. Now the boy is now being reunited with his own biological parents. And how heartbreaking and devastating can this be for families experiencing such thing? In this situation of this couple, if you've not seen the video, I've posted the video. Please, you could go back and see that particular video. A news like this is so heartbreaking in the sense that the woman might have been disturbing him for a long time, take care of your child and provide this and provide that, which eventually he continued doing that, not until today this result came out, and he is so much in pain owing that this lady pinned this child on him, and his family members insisted that he must play the part of a father in this child's life, and he kept on doing that. And then today he is now seeing that he is not the father of the child. The guy is not even taking that lightly. He is saying he is threatening to sue this particular lady that you are seeing up there. Friends, what do you all think about this? The rate at which DNA test result is coming out negative for some of these families is really alarming. Please, to avoid things happening like this, friends, what do you think should be the best advice for both the man and the woman? Please, if you have anything to say, you could put that down at the comment section. And now a lot of people will even be scared, because you can see that other couple, they've been living together for 12 years, unknown to them that that child doesn't belong to them. And the other guy who just realized that his wife had a child for another man, and he collapsed there instantly because he couldn't withstand the pain. And here again, this lady that pinned this baby on this young man, now realizing that the baby doesn't belong to him. It's painful because most times the men are left in this pain. The women will carry the babies, and some of these women already know that either that child doesn't belong to the husband, but they would not want to say anything. They just want to keep it to themselves, especially for couples that are seeking for the fruit of the womb. It is not easy to come to terms with the fact that this person you've been staying, loving and taking care of is not your own child. Such news can even lead people to shock and cardiac arrest. You're showing love and expressing love to a child, and you're being hit with the word that you are not the biological parent, or you're not the biological father of the child. That's why it's always good to be very, very sure of whom you're with and whom you want to spend the rest of your life with. Some of this, when someone was saying that some ladies will go, they know that someone else has impregnated them, but because they don't really like that person and they are dating another person that they like, they would now push it on the person they like. There's a comment that people make in things like this. A lot of people have different things to say, and like it's the women's fault, some say it's the men's fault. Well, it depends on the circumstance at which this particular mistake had happened. Well, the guy confirmed it that the lady was also dating other men, that he wasn't the only person that the lady was dating as of the time they were together in school. But now that they're out of school, after having the baby, gave birth to the baby, she now called and said his baby is here. Friends, we think that this lady knew all along that this child didn't belong to the man, but she just wanted to go ahead and maybe play along with him. Well, it's always good for people to tell their partners the truth, especially in situations where the lady is aware that the child she's carrying doesn't belong to the guy. It's not easy for you to tell him. It's a difficult thing. But at the same time, it's even better that the guy would know on time, rather than carrying him along, let him take care of a kid for years. Then after a long time, you would now let him know. Learn to communicate and Lay it out there on the table. It may be very difficult, but it's better your partner know on time. If you can't say it to him directly, either go through his friend or a family member that you know he listens to and tell the person to speak with him and let him know that the child in your womb is not his, doesn't belong to him. When you're able to communicate these things, it makes it much more easier when the person finds out, because you went to tell him yourself. But when the man would discover on his own that the child the wife is carrying doesn't belong to him, it's very devastating and really heartbreaking. Friends, there's a video I'll be leaving behind right after this conversation, so you can also watch and hear directly. Thank you for coming up today. Please don't forget to hit on the like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.
I beg everybody, the way this pikin take on normally, I don't talk right from day one, say this child, the possibility of this child of being mine is extremely low, because when she was pregnant I was not aware. She get belle 2 years later, maybe 3 years later, she just come say it's your child. Now me who use play answer on Facebook say, I just say you don't born. He say it's your child. I say which dirty child? He say one pastor tell her say the papa will come suffer. Oh, I agree. When we're in school, we're together for some time, but sorry to say, let me, we many